Wreckfest, is it a racing game or not? Big question. I hope this video helps you settle the answer. We're going to be going to the Boulder Bank Circuit. It is 76% gravel, 24% tarmac. There's a little schematic down the bottom there. You notice there's a little loop off to the right side of the track diagram. It's rather small to say, but I hope you can tell that. There's a level crossing there. In real racing, they probably wouldn't allow something like that, but hey, this is Wreckfest. Wonder if that's the only problem. Well, I've set my car up, the Boomer here. It's in the background there. It is a B-class car and 207 points. That is adjustable as you would like to set your own up. I've set mine up this way. Now we're going to be going out onto the racetrack, the course. We haven't settled whether it's racing or not yet. I've chosen 17 opponents. I'm playing offline, so they'll all be AIs. Time of day, I've set it to a foggy day to reduce the amount of shadows or the deep shadows so you can actually see what's going on. I had a B-class car, so I'm giving the AI a B-class car. There is no setting to go actually have them the same class as you are. You have to do that manually in the game. But what I have done, what is the damage? It's on realistic. There are 3 other settings. There's extreme, which is more damage than likely than realistic. Intense. And normal. Normal is probably what you've probably tried the game at. I would suggest you may again want to go through these and see what you like. The eyes tend to be rather rambunctious and like to crash into a lot of things. I find by setting the damage to a higher level, the AIs that do all that ramming tend to acquire more damage. And I've set it for 3 laps so this race isn't too long. Here are my preferences for being out on the track. You might notice I've got ABS set off, traction control half, stability control as well to half, and I've set the difficulty to novice, which is I think the lowest level. I've tried doing higher levels, but I find I never make it to the finish, or at least I don't very often, so there's no point in setting that to a higher level. It's much like Grid Autosport. If you take it out of the lower 2 or 3 levels, you forget about it. And here's a little summary of everything that's going on. Now, if we go ahead out onto the course, up in the top left corner, you'll see a tip come up. It's about the only hints you get in this game. There doesn't seem to be any help section. The hints might give you a little bit of information, but yeah, we've got 2 of them coming up because it takes it a while to set up this track. It's one of the longer tracks, and it's a little more varied off of the track perhaps. And you'll notice the little bit of fog. It's not what I'd call a fog. I'd call it more of a hazy day, but you'll notice the shadows aren't too deep. Now we've got a chance to go back here and make some more adjustments to some of the things I just showed you, plus tuning. General characteristics of the game, there are only the 4 options you can adjust, and you've got 5 presets to set them to. So let's go back. I'll leave them as they are. I'm not going to change those. And let's get started on the race. Do note on the right side of my card, you have the window level there that was a little red light. I call that an auxiliary tail light. It does serve some purposes. It's hard to actually find out what they are. If you're not using the slider button, slider controls on the touchscreen, I don't know how exactly you're accessing them. I'm accessing them by putting the reverse to use it as like engine braking. You may want to pay some attention to that because I have not got touch sensor or touch displayed on my device here to show what's going on with the touch screen. With the slider control, you may notice when I'm on it, the slider will move up the screen or down the screen so I can control that. But the brake doesn't do any activity at all. It's just there's a tail light on the car to show I'm on the brakes. There's no feedback for the touchscreen at all in this game. Front here, expecting to get lots of points when I finish this race. Probably what you do if you go into this game and use it as a racing game. Trying to get some points, pay for some other cars, fitting them out and such. I am also on Android here on a mobile device, big touchscreen. And this is a DNF I just went past, which you see the result at the end of the race. As I was saying, I am on a touchscreen. Adjusting the difficulty level or the damage levels does not appear to change the quality of the graphics. It does not improve the quality of the graphics of the handling of the damage. At least on Android, on other platforms it might. It just makes the damage acquired by vehicles in the game more severe. You notice it's a damage indicator there on the left. I'm already showing some colors of oranges, yellows, and pinks. There's also a bar down the bottom that indicates total overall damage. There's the schematic there that would indicate more of a system damage component. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. Yep. Fortunately, I only had a few yards to go. I was busy watching my opponent who managed to win. Oh, yay, you can see the results here. I did come in second. I had the fastest lap. But there's only 5 of us to finish. Remember, there were 17 opponents, so that's out of 18. Only 5 of us have finished. Most of the DNFs made it through the first lap. 4 of them did not even make it to the first lap. So by setting the damage to a higher level than normal, you can take care of at least a few of the AIs. But you notice, just before I crossed the finish line, my car was pretty much toast after bumping into something rather solid. So you may want, if you want to try this as a racing game, you may want to adjust the damage level you're going to use while you're playing it. So let's take a look at the results further. I got a bit of a payout. I think when you adjust the damage level, yes, when you adjust the damage level, the difficulty bonus goes up. When I normally play with my traction control, various settings there, it's at 1.2 times. With damage control set to realistic, it becomes 1.8 times, so my total experience earned went up significantly by a third. And as for credits, it looks like it went up a little bit, maybe 200 credits for the race, which is 15% or so. So you're thinking Wreckfest is a racing game. Do try adjusting the damage level. I know I like to play it as a racing game. I'm not very good at aiming at the cars and hitting them at the worst possible point to cause the most damage on them. I don't have the millisecond reflexes of the AI computers driving their car bots. So that's it for now.